One of the things that I have had to learn the hard way sometimes is that divine timing is not up to the physical mind. The physical mind does not get to dictate when things occur. And if we think of our own personal universe as a symphony orchestra, the brain, the physical brain, is simply an instrument of this orchestra, and it is not the brain's task to run the whole performance, to run the whole show. It is the conductor's task. And if we can think of that as source. Now, source and the conductor, from a much more broader, already knowing how this is supposed to unfold perspective, will know when each note needs to be played out, and insisting that things pan out in the way that you want when you want, all it will do is cause you discomfort. The ego, and ego is simply the Greek word for me, ego, ego, me. The ego, your own personal identity, and the things that you think, your brain thinks that it wants to experience. So there is a thought and a want, but we don't always get what we want. We always get what we need because we don't always know what we want. We think we want certain things. And if you've heard the expression, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it, it actually means that from the perspective that you are now, that you want something. And from this perspective, if you were to attain that thing, you don't really know what that thing is until you actually have it. And when you have it, it may be something so very different to what you perceived, because we can only see things from our current perspective. Wanting something is good. It's what perpetuates the human experience. It's a transition from A to B. I want something and I experience the transition through to getting it. And then as soon as I get it, I want something else. And sometimes for us to get this big thing that we want, so for example, I want joy, and I look at all the different available things around me and I go, this looks like it's going to give me joy, this is going to give me joy, this might give me joy, and I go to the one that's the shiniest or the most my brain can perceive at the time is going to give me joy. But the person who is running this beautiful symphony can see that actually, if you are attaining that thing that you think you want, it's not going to reach you to the end goal. And the end goal is joy. So you're not going to get this thing, because if you just wait a couple of days or a couple of weeks, you will get something better. Trust the divine timing. Trust the things that are unfolding in your life. And don't let the ego tell you that you want something and that you must have it and when you must have it, because all you're going to do is cause upheaval. Do take the opportunity to say to your higher mind as a bit of a blueprint, hey, higher mind or God or whatever label you want to give it, I would like to see this. Your thoughts create a blueprint, and it's sort of like you drawing a picture to the universe or to God of what you want. Hey, God, here's a description of all the things that I want. And God will, or your higher mind will, or your broader part of you will, to the best of its ability, according to the themes and the experiences your soul has chosen to experience during this time, it will unfold in a way, in its own divinely timed way, to bring you those things that you want. And believe me, have a look back. There'll be certain key things that you really, really, really wanted, and have a look back and see whether you've actually attained them. And you would not, maybe not have attained them at the time that you thought you were going to attain them, but we always, inevitably, those things that call within us that we want, and generally the things that call within us that we want are part of our life themes. And your soul wants you to conquer your life themes. The idea is we start at point A and we experience the slow motion through the perception of time of receiving it. In the non-physical, everything is instant. So we have the beautiful opportunity to have the experience of time from not having, well, the perception of not having, because we can't actually not have certain things because we are everything. So from not having to the very slow evolution of attaining. So point A to point B. Enjoy the divine timing, because that is the point. That is why we're here, to experience the slow motion unraveling of who we are as creators from this very unique perspective, the unique perspective of the ego, me, and the unique perspective of you. And trust that everything is unfolding exactly down to the last millisecond, exactly as it's supposed to be.